Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft video on the AlphaCraft server. We're back in the Ocean Monument again today. Remember in the last episode we managed to bag ourselves an Elder Guardian, which was fantastic. Me and Smurf, what a team. What I want to do today is to drain the rest of the Ocean Monument. I've managed to find, I've killed there was only another one in here, there were only two in this one. So I've killed the other one. And I've found the sponge room, got myself some sponges. So we've got 28 wet sponges now and 8 dry sponges. Have you noticed how difficult it is now to drain anything with a sponge? Water updates so quickly now. It used to be so OP, but now it's really difficult. But it's obviously going to be loads of fun trying to do it. But I want to drain this entire monument and then turn it into a guardian farm. But to do that, obviously, I need to get rid of all the water. And I need to drain all the way around the outside of it as well. And I'm going to come up with some kind of piston slime block effect kind of sand pusher thing. It's not going to be using flying machines. I don't want to be making flying machines because they're all glitchy, I think. Or they were in 1.12 anyway. Whether they've been upgraded in 1.13, I don't know. But I'm not going to be doing that. Anyway, first, I need to empty this Ocean Monument of water, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. What an absolute stroke of luck. I've just been as I go, that's where we came in, just the portal's just there. I'm clearing the rooms on the way down. It seems, it obviously makes more sense clearing them from the top downwards, and as I've cleared this room out, I've gone through this wall and I've only gone and found myself another sponge room. How fantastic is that? So anyway, I thought I'd just bring you back in to show you because I'm dead excited. I've got loads of sponges. The other one didn't have any. So this is obviously got the lion's share of sponges. Perfect. Well, you don't want to know how long this has taken me. It's taken me ages. So I don't think I'm a third of the way through it yet. Back that way we've got the gold room where I think the gold is just through that wall there, and the two wings at the front, we've got one wing through there. This is the main entrance here, and then we've got the other wing on this side, and then the back of it, I don't know how far it goes back. Let's have a shufty. I think this is the back wall. Yeah. So it goes back to this. So all of this under here, and this in there, I believe as well, is also full of water. Yeah, there's the gold room. So I've got to get in there. Now the problem I've got now, the more I do, the more I clear out, the less spawning spaces there are for guardians, obviously. Which means that they're going to concentrate inside there. So, inside there now, and at the front there, and at the front on the other side, we're starting to get quite a concentration of guardians. And outside, look at them all. Yeah. You know what I'm doing, don't you? I'm butchering your house. Soz. So anyway, I've moved my beaker, my conduit as well. My conduit was over here. I've now moved it here. It's going to be moved again, no doubt. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring you back in to have a bit of an update. Finally, 4.5 minutes later, and I've managed to empty the entire inside of an ocean monument. It's not bad work, is it, if you can get it? I just need to dismantle now the gold bit, the bullion room. Is it a bullion room? Not quite sure what guardians are going to be doing. I've run out my decent pick as well. My decent silk touch pick has got only a few bits of durability left, so I'm afraid I'm butchering sea lanterns, which is not ideal. But hopefully it won't cause me too much grief, and I'll certainly have the ability to make loads more later on. So I'll get rid of this, and then I think what I'm going to do is go outside and start surrounding the temple with sand in order to drain it from the outside. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that I was going to make a contraption that uses sticky pistons and slime and observers and all that kind of good stuff, which is easily done, but it's going to be just as easy for me to place it by hand, and probably a lot quicker, because with the pistons I have to wait for the ticks to update for the pistons to work and everything else. Placing them is going to be a lot quicker. It's going to be more fun as well, because in fairness, being outside surrounded by loads of mad fish and drowned and everything else is going to keep me on my toes. But I've got the conduit and I've got my depth strider boots on, so I'm kind of hoping it should be reasonably straightforward to do. So I've got to pop back to the base now and grab myself my shulker full of sand, or my couple of shulkers full of sand, and then I'll make my way outside and hopefully start surrounding this bad boy with a wall, and then I can start draining it. Okay, so I've got my shulker down there, which I will bring up here eventually. I'm just going to do a perimeter around the outside. I was going to make it bigger, but to be honest, there's not a great deal of point. The bounding box, the spawning area of the Guardians, is only the same size as the temple, so there's no real point of me going much further out, because a few blocks further out is just an absolute boatload more water to clear. So I'm just going to stick these blocks of sand all the way around the outside of the temple, and then I can worry about draining it. But as you can see, it's so much quicker doing it by hand rather than having a contraption to do it for me, because, well, it just is. It's just quicker. And it's Sunday, and I've got nothing better to do. So hopefully this won't take me too long. It certainly helps when there's no lag on the server. And at the moment, I know Jax and Wild are trying to log in, but at the moment I'm on my own. So this shouldn't take too long. So I'll see you back here in a minute. Okay, we've made a dent in it. I've got the help of the Smurf, who's come over to give me a hand. I've just sent him off to get a load more sand because we've run out of sand. But what I've done is I've moved the conduit. You might be able to see it there where my crosshairs are. I've moved my conduit up to the top. So now anything that spawns in the middle gets affected by the conduit. And what it's meant is that the majority of Guardian spawns, now it's going to prove me wrong now by spawning in the middle, but the majority of the Guardian spawns now seems to be under the covered areas. And because I'm within 36 blocks of them or so, then they don't despawn. And you might be able to see them here, actually. Look at them all. See their fins all through there. All Guardians that are under the cover, under the place at the top. So there were quite a few down here, which is fantastic, because if they're there, then they're not up there. So I'm going to be building a tank. It's probably going to be as big as there, where it starts to go down to the bottom. It's probably going to be that big. Gotta get out of here before I get... Uh-oh. Not swimming quick enough. It's probably going to be as big as the top of the Guardian Temple. See, he's taking a bit of damage there. It only affects one at a time as well. If there were 5 or 6 Guardians all around the top, the conduit will only give damage to one of them, which surprises me. I thought it would have been anything within an 8-block radius, but it doesn't work like that. But never mind. Right, a few days have passed since I did the last bit of recording in the Ocean Monument, because Smurf and I have been in the Nether, being attacked by pigmen and catching ghasts. See, you really show me your derriere. So in the meantime, though, I've had a change of plan. I've decided that instead of having one big cube of water in here for the Guardians to spawn in, I'm going to have vats. I'm going to have circular vats. So we've got 3 down this wall, we've got 1 there, we've got 3 down that wall, and may or may not have 1 there. Maybe, I don't know yet. Obviously I've still got it. I've done no draining at the top, done no work since the last time, since the last time you were here, since a few seconds ago, because as I said, we've been elsewhere. But I've decided that that these vats are going to go from here. This is the lowest point a Guardian will spawn. Guardians won't spawn below the bottom of a Guardian temple. And yeah, there were going to be people saying, oh, but I've seen Guardians underneath the temple. Yes, you have, because they've done that. They've fallen down, then swum underneath. But they won't spawn underneath this level, which is Y level, looking at Y level 39. So anyway, I think it's under 40 actually. I don't think it's 39, I think it's 40. But anyway, they won't spawn down there. So, but they will spawn from sea level all the way down to here. So we've got a massive amount of space. And although I'm going to be losing spawning spaces in the middle, I know I am, losing quite a few, this is really, you know, I'm building it just because I've never built circular vats before. It's not going to be the most efficient, but I'm just doing it because I haven't done it. So this is, I'm waffling again. I know I am. I apologise. This is going to be the bottom where the lava is. We're going to have some glass going up to sea level with a roof over the top of it, probably a little bit domed, it's like going to be like a silo, like a big vat filled with water. I may even try and get a bit clever and have soul sand around the outside so there are bubbles in it, so it looks like the vats are actually boiling, and the Guardians will spawn in the middle and they'll float down and they'll burn in the lava and they'll go down to some kind of processing plant storage area thingamajiggy at the bottom. So anyway, yeah, I've not been sitting around doing nothing. We have been busy. However, still a lot to do. So I need to go off and craft myself quite a lot of sand, quite a lot of glass, and start doing a lot of draining. See you later. Okay, so we've managed to level the Guardian Temple to the ground, but it's only thanks to Smurf that I've been able to get this far. It's been an absolute godsend, really. I wouldn't have been able to do this without his help. So the plan is to have, as I mentioned earlier, those 8 silos, the 8 tubes. I'm probably going to have one over there as well where the furnaces are, but I'll build that later. But as I mentioned, this has taken days, literally days. Myself and Smurf have been working on this for hours every day to drain the entire area. And blow me if I didn't build the wall too small anyway. I built it bang on the edge of the Guardian Temple. I needed to build it a few blocks out, so that's some more work that I've got to do. But like I mentioned, I've been doing this for days now, so I want to go off and do something else, and I want to get another farmer into my next module, my next farm. It's going to be a potato module. It's going to be above the carrot and the wheat one. So I'm going to go back. By now I should have had, obviously with the mosh pit I had the other day, I'm bound to have a few farmers in there. So I'm going to dig one of those out, put him in the farm, and hopefully at least get something finished by the end of this episode. Whee! Okay, well, I've just got back to the Stronghold to collect some gear to go down to the farms, to fix the farms, the next farming module, and it appears that I've got some toxic waste dripping through my ceiling. Now, I'm not close to Avo's base. It's not a million miles away, but it's not that close, and if I'm starting to get toxic waste in here from Avo's base, then I'm in a bit of trouble, because I'm on an island. I'm miles away from anywhere. So I'll worry about that later. I really should do something about it now, but I don't have the time. But what I've also got here, I've just got back in again, as I mentioned, and Smurfer has only gone and got me an elytra. Look at that, he's a top man. And he's left me a chest as well. It's got a couple of mending books in it, some shulker shells, and he's also given me a trident, a fully loaded Unbreaking, Mending, Loyalty 3, Channeling, Impaling 5 trident. Now, I've been trying, since I built the trident farm over there, I've been trying to get myself a trident, and I've had no luck at all. But he's got 3 now. the only person on the server who's managed to bag some tridents, and bless his little cottons, is giving me a trident. So I really appreciate that, Smurf. Thank you. And I might have to call Jax in, Jax the toxic waste expert, because I'm pretty sure he'll know something about this. But anyway, I'm grabbing my gear. I'm gonna run off downstairs. There's lots of jump cuts in this episode, and I know there is, but I'm trying to get loads done. So let's just have a quick look down here. How are we doing with the villagers? We've got a few now, and we've got a few. I'm breaking 3 for 16. Very good. We'll go through those villagers next time. I won't do it now. We'll go through them next time. But we have got fisherman, shepherd. So we've got 4 of those guys. So I've already made a little bit of a start around here. Thank you again for the names for our resident prisoners. I've had some fantastic names. I'll stick them all in a hat, and over the next few episodes or so, we'll get them named. We'll get their cells looking a little bit more like cells rather than just, well, dungeons. So this is going to be the next level of the farm. I've already got the dropper in. I've got my hoppers on the back of it. So all I need to do now is put in a layer of dirt and then the stairs, plough it, and then get a villager in here. Very, very simple to do. So I'll get rid of these and then I'll go and grab a little bit of dirt. Okay, so we've got the floor in, we've got the dirt in, we've raised the ceiling, we've put a bit of lighting in. All I did was actually stand on the lighting underneath, look up, pop those out and put the lighting in, because the lighting for a potato module is exactly the same as it is for a carrot module. In fairness, they're both exactly the same, they're both identical. So these 3 blocks here are going to be the ones that are on a light level of 7 or below. So light level 7, sky nothing, which is perfect. So now we need to just pop these out. And we need to get some minecarts on here. Just been attacked by slime just down there. All of this I think is a slime chunk. They came up the stairs, it attacked me from behind. Really bad. Get one of those on that side. One of those on that side. Pop that out. These don't have to be absolutely bang on in the centre kind of thing. That's good enough. That will suck the carrots and the potatoes in from either side. I'm all nervous now because of these slime. So now we need to cover these with dirt. Got my piston, got my redstone block. Perfect. Get these ploughed, tilled, or whatever you want to call it. And that's the farm ready for a farmer. So I'll just lob a little bit of glass on the front here, and then we'll go and fetch our next farmer. Where's he going to come up? He's probably going to come up there, isn't he? I love the glass in this, but it is impossible to see. I suppose that's one of the reasons why I think it's fantastic. I'll worry about, I want to put some nice stone wall above there later, but I can do that from the outside. Is that all the glass done? Near as damn it, I guess. So let me grab some more tracks because I don't have any. We'll get the rails up here. And then we'll go and fetch a farmer. Okay, so we've got the tracks down. We just need the farmer now. So we want to keep him. We want to send him to the farm. Which one shall we have? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll have a fisherman to go. Fantastic. Hello, Mr. Fisherman. Right. I was a bit concerned as well because I've just had a zombie fall down here and attack me. I've got everything going off around here. So now we need to get him out of the cart. Like that. Excellent. Let's break that glass there. Hopefully we can throw him my 2 potatoes. Pick them up, mate. There you go. I'm going to start this farm, this module, with 2 potatoes. Yes, I'm going to lose my cart over there. Small price to pay. So now he's fully enclosed. He's safe as houses, as they say. I can get rid of all of this stuff and hopefully you'll start doing a bit of planting, won't you, mate? Yeah, you will. You better. Okay, so I've been AFK here for about an hour and a half. Maybe a little bit less. And the guys managed to plant all of the field and started harvesting, and he started giving me potatoes. It's probably been 2 hours actually, if I'm being honest. But all of this from 2 potatoes, it's fantastic. And as long as I stay within a few chunks of the one chunk farming complex, because it is only in one chunk, or very, very, very slightly over. Obviously, one chunk is 16 by 16. This farm is 17 by 17. But for all intents and purposes, it's within a chunk. As long as I stay close by, the entire chunk remains loaded, and these guys continue to farm. Whereas if you had these farms spread out over quite a big area, they wouldn't farm. The chunk would become unloaded or become lazy, and they just wouldn't farm, which is why the one chunk farm system is so fantastic. Yeah, already getting some potatoes. Now, obviously, I now need to do something with my storage because I do. So that's that done. What I'm going to do now is grab the large. I've got a few. I've got a shulker full of light grey glass. Hello, mate. Kills on. Bye. So I've got a shulker full of light grey glass. What I'm going to do now is run over to the Guardian farm that's not been built yet, and I'm going to start building one of the one of the vats, and hopefully I can get one finished. I don't know how many. Listen to those ghasts, I love them. I don't know how many pieces of light grey glass it's going to take, but I'm hoping to get at least one vat done by the end of the episode. If not, well, I'll get as much as I can. So I'll see you over there. Oh, that's a shame. I didn't quite manage to get it all built. I've got another level to go on the top and a little bit to go around the side, so it takes a little bit more than a shulker full of glass to do a cylinder. Which is not a problem really. I've got plenty of sand from clearing this out, and I've just got to cook it, and I've got plenty of kelp knocking about. So that's just a time thing really, rather than being hard work. But that's what it's going to look like, and then there's going to be like a dome, a prismarine dome on top of it, and it's going to look like a big vat. And then with the magma blocks on the inside, around the inside rim, with the bubbles coming up, it's going to look fantastic. I cannot wait to show you. Keeping an eye out now for those phantoms. So I'm going to have to call it a day for today then, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilioth at the Guardian Temple, as was. And I'm out of here.